Okay, today we have an '03 Mercedes SL 500, and what we're going to do is a vinyl leather restoration. I'll show you, kind of give you a brief rundown here. The seats are really tarnished. It is '03, so it's got several miles on it, and we're going to go through and prep the seat. Already kind of masked that side off so we don't get any paint on there, and then we're going to go through and prep all this, and I'll show you the steps, and tape it up and put some fresh material on it. So this job here will probably take me about 3 hours. Bill's about $200, so 100 per seat. Okay, basically our first step, we're going to use our degreaser and a little scrubber like I've showed you in other videos, like a degreaser wash, and we're just going to clean the seat. We want to make sure we get all the grease off first before we try to do any prep. Just make sure it's clean. And we will get a little bit of debris and dirt and grease and grime off, but it's also just part of the prep. I'm just going to take a white terry cloth. Sounds like we have birds in the background that want to play with us today. All right, our next step is we have some Sem soap, model number 39362, and a gray Scotch-Brite pad. What we're going to do with this is just put a little bit of this on here. This just kind of helps prep the leather. Alright, and then we're just going to take our terry cloth and wipe that down. And then we need to let that dry. Alright, my next step, I'm just going to take a gray Scotch-Brite pad. You can get these from any auto body supply paint warehouse. I'm just going to use this to just do a light scuff. The first few steps were just cleaning the leather and getting it prepped. This is actually just putting a layer that the paint has something to bite to. It doesn't have to be really a lot, but you just need to go over, the cracks and crevices and put a nice scuff on it. Alright, our next step, I just have some rubbing alcohol in here, some isopropyl rubbing alcohol, and then I'm just going to use a new terry cloth. Actually, this is a microfiber, just to clean up the previous compounds. So just put this in here, just a little bit out of it, you don't need a lot. You really want to make sure you do this so that it has time to dry before you apply your new vinyl dye. Okay, next step. Just want to mask off all the stuff that we don't want paint on. Like for example, there's little gauges right here, seat track adjustments, these little chrome moldings right here, obviously the seat belts, things that you don't want paint on. That's what we're going to go do and mask those up. Basically what we got here is a SEM color dye. It's made by SEM. The part number for this is 15003. This is a cream color, obviously cream colored leather. And this is actually a vinyl dye, so this infuses into the material. The reason it does that is because it's a flexible fabric. It needs to be able to move and bend. So when you actually put this on the material, it flexes into the material and becomes part of the material. It won't rub off, won't wear off, becomes part of the leather. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Just like a regular spray can, but you always want to do a really light guide coat. And I've taped everything off, so hopefully there's not too much overspray. Okay, so basically that's the first tack coat that we're going to use. We'll come back and do 2 more coats. We're going to apply coat 2. The first one was a tack coat. This one's a little bit more permanent coat. So we'll go a little more liberal. You want to try to do even strokes the best that you can. Otherwise you'll notice the hard edges as you stop. Alright, third and last coat. One thing you want to do on the very last coat, you always want to check your inside seams, your outer edges before you release the tape. You want to make sure that you have everything covered. This is my last coat. It's actually my 4th coat, so I want to make sure that it's a really good quality coat. You want to lift the seats up if you need to lift the seat up to make sure that you don't miss any spots. So let me see if it comes up. Anyway, that's as high up as it goes. So anyway, here we go. Alright, that's it. I'm going to untape it and I'll give you a final view. Alright, I'm going to show you what this looks like, and you make the decision from here if it's good. So here you go. This is the before, and that's the after. I think it come out pretty nice. Pretty big difference in color, and it matches the factory paint again. So, anyway, please post your comments, video responses. Like this video, and love to hear from you. Thanks, bye. Alright, got both seats done on this Mercedes. They look really good. They came out real nice. I spent about 3 hours on them. Did the headrest, did behind the back. I did everything. So they just look great. I'm really impressed. Customer's happy, and there you have it. Way to make $200 bucks. Just like that.